Please join me as we try the new making money scenario in my Rosebud Revisited challenge. How long will it take our Sims to have 1,000,000 simoleons? If you are new to my channel, my name is Jennifer, and welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Now we are going to be starting with 2 teen Sims, and they are the aged down, slightly made over Sims from my original Rosebud challenge, which is one of my first Let's Plays on YouTube. Now I've moved them into the summer home lot in Windenburg, and it has a value of 3,000, and it's on a 40 by 30 lot, and it's very rainy here. Not an auspicious start. Now, while the basic premise of the making money scenario is to have 1,000,000 simoleons, I have come up with some rules and some notes on the game settings, etc. that I've written up on my blog post, and I'll show them on the screen. If you'd like to play along, my blog post will be linked in the description, and I'll also go over the details once we have our Sims set up and working on some skills. So, well, these 2 started married in my original Let's Play. Here, they're 2 completely unrelated Sims. So the first thing I'm going to do is get them to make friends by having them take a photo together. And that's also going to help them with the photography skill, which is something needed for odd jobs. So let's actually, and I'll also go over them too when I'm talking. We're going to have Eden, Hope, and then we have Jeremy Talbot. So Eden is going to take the photo or initiate taking the photo with Jeremy. Now they are off the grid because that's one of the things that they are starting with, which I will go over. So that's why some of the things were grayed out there. But we are actually going to travel to another location. One, because I don't want them to have a welcome wagon, which it's, they're just newly starting out here until they're maybe a bit more established. And 2, so they'll have some power so they can make a phone call to get their join scouts, which is another thing that I'm going to be doing with them. So let's see what their relationship is now. They are friends. That's all I need. We can work on more later. We're now at the Shrieking Llama, which is in their neighborhood and actually really close to where they live. We'll take a look after we get them to sign up for scouts. Just get a couple of things done. So that would be under the work tab for finding a job. And Eden, you're going to find a job also. Both of which will be scouts, so they're not going to make any money from it. And I'm planning on sending them fishing, so they might get pretty uncomfortable. We'll probably get a pop-up. They don't like fishing, which I am not going to accept because they need to be able to fish. Scouts, and that is Eden. And scouts for Jeremy. Now let's get them set up. I did notice when I was taking a look around, there is this area right here. So we will have Jeremy look for frogs, and since he's looking for frogs, let's switch him off of this country caretaker and put him onto the curator aspiration. She's going to go right to fishing, so we'll take her off her painter extraordinaire and put her onto the angling ace, which we will switch Jeremy to also. So there's no fishing right here. There will be mushrooms eventually. And their lot is over here. And trying to remember and get my bearings as to where the fishing was. I had to turn around. It's over here. It's by this cottage Amsay, which I have renovated. Not here, but in a previously. I haven't placed that version here. So we're going to have her just go fishing. And then there's 2 spots here. We'll have her go fishing here too. There is another spot in the neighborhood, but it's kind of out of the way and probably better for when they eventually get brooms, which brings me to the other part, which you may have noticed. They are spellcasters. That was something else I did when I brought them in here. I don't know that I said that here. I think I said it in my scenarios video overview, but yes, they are spellcasters, and they're probably not gonna like, oh, look at that. That's a good way to start. An eggplant whirl frog. So now that he's done that, let's put him over onto that angling ace aspiration and we'll have him go fish. I'll just have him go here. Sometimes I find when you tell them to go fishing at the same thing. They'll like turn their head, like hold their hands up until the other one has actually started fishing. Now that she has started, which is going to help with her Scouts badge, or Outdoor Adventurer Scout badge to be specific, we'll tell him to fish, and we will tell him to fish here in case it... Well, first off, for Scouts, you want to kind of tell them to fish and look for frogs, like, repeatedly, so they get them all, and then just let them fish. But right now, I'm not going to worry about that. So, as I said, once we had them set up, which they are now, we are going to take a look, or I am going to go over an overview of essentially the extra little rules and things to consider that I am going to be looking at. And let's zoom in. Not that it matters, because I'm going to put the rules up on the screen again. So we are obviously starting on an empty lot with nothing. Of course, with the making money scenario, you just start with nothing. You could start on a lot with a house, but we're going pure Rosebud where there's nothing to start with. We are starting off the grid, as I mentioned, and we have to repay the lot value to connect to the grid, which was 3,000 simoleons. And we can't sell into their inventory, either personal or household, until they have purchased a yard sale table for those types of things and a street gallery for pictures. You can do odd jobs, and we can go to Finchwick and do errands there. So there are ways to be able to earn money. And there's other things too. Lots of things you can do. Obviously easier if you can sell into your inventory. The reason I'm going to let them sell into their inventory eventually is because I don't want their inventory getting too full, and other reasons, but that's like one big one. So now, as I said, I'm starting with teens, so I'm not aging up my teens to young adult until they have done the following. They have to become high school students. They have to earn the scouting trait, which of course requires seasons, which we have. And that means they have to get all of their badges done to be able to do that. And they have to have 4 positive character values, which they have none. Oh, good. Yes, definitely she likes it. And parenthood is obviously required for that. Now, one thing I didn't really show, and now they have some skills fishing from this, but this was like the initial version of them that I then changed, not the one that I had played within the Rosebud Challenge. So they don't have any of the stuff that I would have got in there. So, and the other thing is they have to have a small home with a kitchen, i.e. they need to be able to bake the cake at home. Doesn't mean that we need to have them bake the cake to age up, but they need to have the ability to do that. Now, some other things is because we're playing with different packs and whatnot, and even some stuff that's base game, I am playing on a long lifespan. If you want to play along, you can choose whatever lifespan or turn aging off that you want. Apart from starting off the grid, the other lot traits and challenges can be whatever you decide, which I will show what I chose because I don't remember off the top of my head. I did get a screenshot of it. And with respect to seasons, you can do whatever you want. You can have, whatever length of seasons you want. I have 7-day seasons, and they are in fall. But one of the reasons they're in fall is because I actually am in the save that my Dream Home Decorator just ended in. And prior to that, it was my Discover University Rakes to Riches challenge. So this is not a new save. It just happened to start right at 8 a.m. because it had been like Saturday in the game when I ended that. So I just played through till Sunday morning so that they could start sort of at the normal time. But since it isn't a new save, there is a chance they might get bills on the Monday, which obviously with a new save, you don't get bills on the first Monday in the game. I don't know, because they're brand new Sims, so I'm not really 100% sure. A lot of times when I play with an existing save, I'm not putting brand new Sims in the save. I'm like moving Sims from a household out to another one, like aka Drifter, or honestly even, like I did with Dream Home Decorator and my, Snowy Escapes and my Cottage Living Rakes to Riches. They were like the next generation, where these are brand new Sims in the save, as you can tell. Well, brand new for this save. So whether or not you do get a job is up to you. Obviously, they're in Scouts, which doesn't pay. I generally find that you make more money not in a job, but there are some exceptions to that. There's a couple of jobs where they don't make that much, but they make a little bit extra. Like if you have seasons, the botanist one, the gardener career. That's actually pretty good because you don't have to do that much. You get paid a little bit, and then you're left to do your own thing for the rest of the day. And even a freelancer is pretty good. Of course, in the long run, it might be better to earn the royalties, but as like upfront cash, it can be quite good. Plus, one thing I like about the freelancer, which they can't do because they're teens, but when they become young adults, is with the writing one, you unlock a laptop, and then with the programming one, you unlock the ability to overclock the computer. So I like those rewards from those two. So those are my two favorite freelance careers. So now you can renovate and replace or whatever with the community lots like I just did. I haven't played in Windenburg very much recently, so I had a really old version that I couldn't even tell what I'd done. So I just did a quick renovation of it. I tend to renovate all my lots. The lot now has potties in case anyone ever came with toddlers. I'm not thinking that's going to happen with them anytime soon because they have to become young adults, because I don't have any mods in my game that allow teen parenting, nor would I want to, because the whole goal is to try and get that to that million as soon as possible, and that's just going to slow them down. And then just generally overall, if you have a pack that adds something to the challenge, either by making it harder or easier, just go with it. It's sort of a laid back thing. I am going to be, once I do any building, I am going to be using the micro lot type where, I'm going to just have the center part be an actual build and then use the walls. They don't have any money yet for that. So right now they are not on that. And you don't even need money. You can just place a porch, which is free. And just as long as it's below the 32 squares, or just use the 32, then you can do a tiny house. Tiny lot type, micro I should say, because that's what 32 or less is. And then you get the skill boosts and everything to go with it. It looks like he's actually still here. Have you caught anything? You've caught your fish. Well, we need to get you to the 3 locations, so you should go head over to the other one, and let's see Eden over here. She's not doing as well with catching fish. He is a geek, and he is a genius. I did change his, I don't remember exactly what their traits are, but I know they both were creative originally, but I decided just to mix it up a bit. I made him a genius, and actually I don't know if he's a geek. I was debating for him between a geek and an animal enthusiast, and I can't remember what I ended up going with, so let's take a look. I went with animal enthusiast and a genius. I think I will make him a geek later. And she is a bookworm and creative, but I'm going to probably make her an animal enthusiast. So that's what they're going to have, that trait in common. But I was thinking of making him a geek. So, but who knows how I'll feel by the time they age up to young adults. That might change. So, oh, look, what did she catch here? She caught an electronic upgrade part. Well, once you earn enough money, that would be good to sell on the table, because I think they're worth a decent 120. So if we sell that marked up at 320, that would be very, very good. And then also we can go to Magic HQ. Sometimes when I do these types of challenges, I limit where they can travel to. I'm not doing that. They can go wherever they want, other than Granite Falls and Sabla do require you to go on vacation, but the rest don't. So yeah, so they're just kind of, let's see, she's got her 2 spots. He's got his 2 spots. I'm surprised we haven't got a pop-up for him. So he is emotionally mindful, +4. He needs to be 10. Oh, look, what did she get? Another electronic upgrade part? She got a medal. I don't think that medal is worth very much, if I remember correctly. But let's just take a look at what they have. It's 80. That's not as little as I was thinking. I was thinking it was one of the real low value medals, but actually it's not too bad. And Jeremy, you got that frog and those fish, and you haven't caught anything else. So I think I need to take them somewhere else, because we want him to get to the next one where he can then have it counting towards the next part. Because of course, another thing that I like to do is aspiration swaps so that we can earn lots of points, which they're going to get 5,000 when they eventually finish this, but that's in the future. So we need to work on points now. And So that's why I'm kind of swapping around, even though they have like their main ones that they'll eventually work on. She obviously can't work on the painting one right now because we have no money. So I'm going to take them somewhere else where they can do some other fishing. Like I said, there is a spot here, but it's kind of far away. So I think we'll skip that. But you know what we're going to do? It's wet here. We're going to go to Magic HQ. There's spots there. There's no weather there. So I think they might like that better. So I'll be back. Well, we're here at Magic HQ, and one of the things we could do here is learn some magic, but that's not going to be our focus right now because we need to make some money. He does have to go to the bathroom. They are almost at 500 points. That's one of the things I am using along with living in Windenburg is I'm using the club system. It's one of my favorite things to do because that will help them keep going and be able to make that money that much quicker. But the first thing I'd like to do is get them the Rally the Troops interaction, which will mean that they won't have to sleep. Sometimes I limit and make them only let them use it once a day. I don't know that I'm going to do that here because, you know, we're trying to get through this as quickly as possible. So we're trying to use all the packs at our disposal to try and earn the money as quickly as possible. You know, other than actual cheats. And I'm not going to use a club system to have like set up a painting club and have people come over and paint. That's not something when I mean I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it sort of within the, not doing that. So, but that is something you can do. And I have done that before. I have done it a few times, especially I did it when Get Together first came out. And then I was doing for personal play, 100 baby challenge, and I used it for that. The moms, just in her case, I made her have her friends in it, not prospective baby daddies. So I know a lot of people use it for that. They would come over and they'd be there and the kids would ask for help and they would paint because I'd have painting. So it definitely helped out a lot. So what are you doing? You're going to come practice. This is my edited version of this lot, which is on the gallery. Maybe not this exact one because I've made some more tweaks as more packs come out. I changed things up a little bit, but a fairly recent iteration of it is on the gallery. So he has gone. Oh, now does she have to go to the bathroom? Okay, you should come here, my dear, and go to the bathroom. I didn't realize. Oh, look at that. We have the points. So since I set it up, I think as Jeremy's club. Yeah. Just because he was the one on the far left. That's why. I usually actually have the female set it up. But in this case, I didn't. We don't have rewards to buy. What I want to do is select a new aspiration. Just quickly, we're going to go into leader of the pack. And then we're going to go in here. No, not there. We're going to go in here and we're going to buy the Rally the Troops, which is 500 points. So there we go. Unlocks the Rally the Troops social interaction to keep your club partying all night long or working, as I usually do. So there we go. So we have that, and we need to earn some more points. And we will put him back over onto that angling. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Now I'll just do angling ace right away, but I'm going to take a look around and see if there's any frogs here. Again, I'm just getting set up for when we can sell things that we have them available. And I know there are often frogs here, but it's possible that there aren't. It's possible I had my Sims hard collect them last time I was here. So it can be beneficial to play in a save because things might be around that might otherwise not be because you've had Sims around. But the downside is they may have taken them. I think I see some plants that we could harvest over here. So they're not valuable, but you know they're good to have for this. So there's no frogs there, and I know this one I find doesn't tend to respawn. Yeah, not respawn. Do we have lemons? We could harvest some lemons. I can't. That's out of season. And there's some. I think that's valerian. We had mandrake. And some more mandrake over here, and that's not grown, and we could collect that, but it doesn't look like there's any frogs. We have to go elsewhere for frogs. So is he all right? Maybe I didn't tell him. Okay, go here. And have you gone to the bathroom? Oh, you're gonna go grab some food from the fridge. Go fishing. You could just rally the troops now. Oh, of course, it reset this. I think when she fishes, it should come back up and show what she's done. We can tell with, I'm just looking. Oh, Noah. Okay, I told you to go there, but I didn't actually tell you to fish. So now, like, you can actually see it's already set up. So it just was a delayed response. One of the reasons is I wanted to start counting for the fishing for 10 hours. So I wanted him to like get to this part sooner rather than later, versus if I just kept him fishing over there in the rain, he wouldn't have got there. So let's let him get to level 3 of the fishing skill. She has just got to level 3, and so now she needs to catch a fish. I think once she catches 1 fish, that should count. Hopefully, like, I think she had 2, which we can check by looking at her inventory. Yeah, she did have 2 fish. So if she was to catch a fish, it would level it up. But I don't know that I want to wait that long. It's already 6 o'clock, and I really probably should do some odd jobs. So let's check and see. We're done with that. Let's check here and look for, because it goes till 8 o'clock, the odd job. So we can take a look and see now that let me take a look. His fishing skill is 3, and she has level 1 of photography, and 2 of the fishing. So we'll just have him check for the odd jobs first. And, okay. So we have fitness level 2. We have frogs needed for research. I need as many samples. All frogs will be released, I hear. So we need to catch the frogs, and we'd have to maybe go to Sulani and do that. And it's needed by Monday at 4 a.m. Well, we kind of want frogs anyways. And here we go. Photos for publication. I don't know if they actually have to take the pictures, but we could find out. And then this one is beach cleaning. So we need to actually go clean up and gather stuff, I'm thinking, because it's a needed by. We're not doing the fishing one. Sorry, we're not doing this cooking one because that requires you to make the food, which requires you to have some money. So I'm going to have Eden take this one. And I mean, I know this one pays. I think we're going to do this one for him. And if we end up going there, we end up going there. Like I said, there's no reason. Unfortunately, collecting frogs and fishing doesn't count in Sulani. It's a known bug. So, and I didn't actually have him take the job. So let's try that again. Oh, is she going to catch a fish? Yay, she caught a fish. We can always come back and do the harvesting, like after hours. So we're going to have him do this paid beach cleaning volunteer work. And then she is going to stop fishing, and let's just see. Okay, first off, let's rally the troops. Since we can do that, club gatherings, rally the troops after you stop fishing. And then you are going to take the odd job for the photography. But we're going to see how that goes in the next part. So we have no money, but that's all right. They gained a little bit of skills, and they have a few things in their inventory that we can eventually sell, just not yet. And hopefully they'll get this money from their odd jobs, which we'll see how it goes in the next part. So that's going to be it for this part. Leave a like if you liked the video. It really helps with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.